Songhai allowing it to run, hitting it all the way back to Abdul Malik, and straight away Peter Nakitin closes in. Not a very good clearance by Malik. Inside, Niza Atta, good covering by Saswati Mata Dazuki. Abbas with some poor ball control. And very early free kick conceded by Singapore in only the second minute of play. Kedah have gained a free kick in a very dangerous position.
It's far from being the start that Singapore would want there. Don't want to be put under pressure, don't want to be put in a position where they might have to make desperate challenges. They need to settle down the players, and the experienced players will need to get hold of the ball and start just calming things down a little bit.
Thibaut Saban with a free kick for Kedah. Farijuan Hamid is there. So was Fandi Ahmad, who was the last to touch the ball. No, in fact it was Lim Cheong Kim who last touched the ball, and it goes out for a goal kick to Kedah. But a very nervous start by the Singapore side indeed, giving the ball away carelessly in their very own half. And to wrong players as well. Cheong Kim had so much of the ball, and he almost turned it into an early goal for Kedah. But the free kick comes to naught as Zhang Jung finally blasted, and Singapore's first look at the Kedah half. Once again, Alistair losing another header. Fandi picks this up. Ruddy gets to the loose ball. Abbas start chasing very hard and winning it. Good play by Abbas. Fandi has control now. Sundram. Saswa. Good few passes strung together then by Singapore. And a good way to get their confidence and the spirit going again. At the moment, Kedah controlling the pattern of play. Abbas, with time to turn, does well, beats Nazri. Good play by Nazri, almost losing the ball. Fandi, good work here by Fandi Ahmad. Good block by Thibaut Saban. And offside, that was Abbasad. When Fandi took the shot, he was in an offside position just behind Kedah's last man then, Thibaut Saban.
But that's a nice example there, Mark, of Singapore getting the ball to the players who are most experienced and most comfortable with the ball. And Fandi having a nice little run there. Abbas has got involved and Sundram's got involved early on. And we need Alistair Edwards to get a couple of nice touches, maybe win a header or two. But they can settle the younger players down.
Kadir uses it. Songhai is there with a last-ditch tackle. Not good enough though. Neither was Nikitin's ball. Nazri. Good work by Nazri Nasser. Use Zhang Jung. They're playing it in very tight position, Singapore. And they finally blasted up Sundramoorthy, who was the man of the match when Kedah beat Singapore 3-1, putting Farisa Ismail into an early pressure there, the left full-back, and earning a throw-in for Singapore. So I said earlier on, 2 finals he's appeared in for Kedah, and both times he got gold. Can he do it for the Lions this evening? He's played 4 minutes, and Sundram has the ball again. Good work by Sundram. That was a little too predictable then. Nakitin pulls the ball up well. Loses it. Cheong Kim, here's Fandi. Goes past Thibaut Saban. Inside is Abbasad. Just a little bit past Abbas's chest. It could have been danger because Cheong Kim lost the ball. All his defenders were moving up and trying to move along with the rhythm, but that time Fandi's poke inside to Abbas just missed his chest by inches.
Oh yeah, but it's a good start there, and certainly you're right, Mark. If Abbas had just been able to get hold of that, then it's a clear opportunity on. And Fandi's had a very good start. He's clearly very focused and wants to win this game. He's very much involved early on, and that's all to the good for Singapore.
Malik, inside to Alistair. A strange decision indeed by a very experienced referee, giving Kedah a free kick.
I couldn't see anything wrong with that. It still looked to me like Alistair took the ball well on his chest and turned away from his man.
Ahmad Sobri Ismail didn't play the last time Singapore met Kedah in the final in 1990. He was reserved to Azmi Mahmood. In fact, he still is. Azmi has suffered a bad injury which has kept him out of a lot of games this season. Ahmad Sobri has deputized and done well so far. Adigun is stylish sweeper. Rita. Good play by Kedah, stuck to his man. Good ball. Abbas. The step ahead of Yenwi at the moment. He tries to free Alistair, who right over. Edwards.
Yes, I think Alistair went just a fraction too early there. It was a nice run from Abbas, and certainly I love to see Abbas making those runs from midfield. He looks so much better player to me when he gets that chance to run at defenders rather than trying to play with his back to goal.
In that case, I thought he delayed his pass just a fraction and allowed Kedah defenders to move up and catch Alistair in an offside position. Ruddy could hit her out. Baritwan finding Cheong Kim with some open space. Quick to close down on him was Lim Chong Hai. A brilliant shot by Nizamasa Yusuf and a brilliant save to match that all the way. Abdul Malik punching it out for the first corner of the game, going to Kedah.
Yes, and Abdul Malik happens to be at his very sharpest there. There's a fine save, ball going across his body. Two players went in for the same challenge there. Nizam took the shot first time. Just what the coach Emmanuel was telling you, get the ball across the body, far corner. And there was a little bit of swerve on that as well, and that's a nice save.
And it's an early goal for Kedah from the corner kick. I think Lee Keen Hong has gone up. The Singapore players protest, and I think they have a case there. Because one of their players was blocking Abdul Malik. If we can see from the replay again, one of their players was blocking Abdul Malik. He couldn't see the corner being swung in. And Keen Hong was at the end of it. There you are. Cheong Kim, nothing malicious though. And probably a fair goal after all.
Actually, it's very similar to the goal that Singapore got in the National Stadium against Kedah. Lim Cheong Kim just went in and just made a sort of blocking run like American football on the goalkeeper, and it left a free header at the far post for Lee Keen Hong.
They came back from a goal down to force extra time in 1990, Singapore. Can they do it against Kedah? This season round, in fact, the Lions in 22 matches, only on 4 occasions have the Lions conceded a goal first. And out of the 4, the Lions have thrice recovered. 2 of them have turned out to be victories. Let's hope the third comes this evening now. But Kedah have really come out strong and have taken the game to the Lions. They've gone for the jugular from the first whistle. So that was how.
It's quite an acute angle there. He did well to get the header in. But I do feel someone should have been marking him at that stage. Somebody didn't do his job properly.
Nazri with some space finally. Easy for Tianwei. Sends it over Nakatien. Good play by Nazri Nasser. Tenacious Nazri moving forward again. The ball breaks for Fandi Ahmad. Good work here by Fandi. Singapore's first effort at goal, first look at goal. What a nice try by Fandi Ahmad. Astray. It's going on between Farizwan and Kadir Yahya. In fact, just before the corner is being taken, punching each other, and that's a cross that almost created Kedah's second goal.
And Farizwan does ever so well there. Gets the ball down quickly, good first touch, and drills the ball into the far corner. He must have been celebrating that, assuming it was already going in. These corners are definitely a problem for Singapore because Kedah do have some big men in their team, and Singapore are a little bit short on height.
They play it back this time. Onside, surprisingly. 3 of the Kedah players look to be miles offside then. Linesman didn't see anything wrong with that. As we looked at the more dangerous of the 2 attacks earlier on. Must have seen that very late, Malik.
In fact, it just hit his little finger, didn't it? He didn't quite get his hand properly. Yes, it does seem that the aerial problem persists there. And actually, it looks as if they might even be awarded a penalty as the defender came in. I don't think we really saw the incident there with Malek Awad.
Bumi has a second chance to blast the ball in. He's got Abbas in front of him. He carries the ball a little bit too fast. Flamboyant, last man, one of the three imports and one of the two Nigerians inside the Kedah squad. First division champions, Kedah, in the semi-pro league. Singapore, second division runner-up. Bidding to become the first second division side to win the Malaysia Cup. They're not the first second division side to appear in the Malaysia Cup final though. That honor goes to their opponent this evening, Kedah, who made it last season. And Zhang Jung hasn't really had a good start to the final also, has he?
No, he's looked a lot more shaky than he has all season. I think Nasri's doing fairly well in the midfield, and Fundy's getting involved quite a bit, and Abbas is. The other players not really performing up to snuff at the moment.
Malik finding Nasri in midfield. A lot of space for Nasri, but no, not a very good pass. Kadir. Oh, good play by Kadir. Yeah, was certainly impeded then. The referee didn't see it. Kadir tried to carry on as well. Abbas. A little bit too adventurous.
That was a sort of half shot, half cross. He didn't quite make up his mind what he was trying to do there. The right-hand side seems to be performing a little bit better now, although I'd like to see Sundram get in that position that Kadir found himself. Because Kadir came inside the fullback very comfortably. I think if it had been Sundram, he maybe could have taken on another man and got into a very dangerous position.
Faridwan shields the ball very well from his defenders. Finally cleared. Zhang Jung is there though. Fundy. A lot of room now for Singapore's number 3. What can he do? Abbas doing the running outside. He uses Abbas. Tries a shot at goal. It comes off Kedah defender Lee Kin Hong, and it's another corner for Singapore. And Malik Awab will shoot forward again to take this corner as Tibor Saban re-enters the game. Abbas lining up. Alistair Edwards also behind the ball with his Australian compatriot. The shot comes in, it deflects off Tibor Saban. Singapore corner. Well, that was a little too predictable actually, Jamie.
Well, one would think that they might have come up with something a little bit more subtle than that. Because obviously that's going to be charged now. Once it's played, then the defender can come out, and I don't suppose Shaban was more than 4 metres away from Alistair as he took that shot.
Malik with Singapore's 4th corner. Four minutes left of the first half. Faridwan tried a spectacular clearance. Nasri tried to slide it through to Malik Awab, couldn't do so. Faridwan did just enough to come back and poke the ball out for another throw into Singapore. Looking once again for Sundram. And it's another clearance. This time I think Sundram fouled the Kedah defender.
Yes, I think Sundram's showing a little bit of frustration down there and just threw himself into the defender, and clearly a free kick to be given away.
Ola Bumi Adigun. And switch defense into attack with just one pass at a time. The pass which the Kedah forwards were hoping for wasn't good enough. Malik has got no support at all. Finally has to throw it out to Kin Hong. Maybe keeps it in play. Faridwan faced by Zhang Jung once again. Has to come up here quite a lot to help out Safwarimata Dazuki. Jong Kim spreading play very well, Kedah. All the passes have been very precise, and they've earned a free kick again. Jong Kim, I'm sure, will come up and fancy his chance from this position. A minute of play left in the first half now. Singapore 0, Kedah 1. A goal coming in the 12th minute through Lee Kin Hong. The Lions have been trying very hard to get back into the game. But Kedah have always looked a more dangerous side for moving forward.
Well, Kedah have got good options on here. They could take the direct strike at goal.
Ola Bumi.
Love so sweet, love so sweet, love so far.
Does it pay?
I'm walking up off.
Time is coming.
come for us to be. Forever as one, living our dreams. Through the years we've grown to be together. And I'll be there for you, no matter when or what you do. I'll always be there for
Let your fingers do the walking in the yellow pages.
I use Kodak 100 film. It's great for enlargements. And now, the Kodak Go to 100 Star Value Pack, 3 rolls for only $12. Prince Shakey's Pizza too.
Lucozade, liquid energy. Oh my word.
When you invest in an ultimate driver's car, you should expect an unparalleled riding experience with independent rear suspension, a Bosch body computer, optional leather seating, and a standard anti-theft security system to protect your investment. An investment that is very wise indeed, for this is not an overly expensive German saloon.
Test drive the Holden Calais 2.6 litre today. One thing's for sure, at only 139,000 with COE guaranteed. It really is the ultimate driver's car. With
Lumberjacks, jeans.
Now, a complete lasting feeling with Essence Symphony.
So soft, so smooth.
Symphony's Twin Care Essence leaves
The ball at the moment, the Singapore player, the ball played outside. Kang Jung is there to do the sweeping. Malik picks it up. Poor ball by Malik Awab. Songhai, good covering. Fandi, a lot of space now for Kadir Yahya. Makes use of him. Nazri's inside, but Kadir sends in one of his usual eccentric crosses. One of Singapore's crosses this evening has been far from outstanding, I should say. It's all gone so close to Ahmad Sobri, and he's had a comfortable time in dealing with these balls hoisted inside his penalty box. Ball, way off target.
Yes, it's encouraging that Singapore have got into a couple of good crossing positions, but then the ball played in has got to be much better than the ones we've seen so far. You can't afford to leave them too close to the keeper, and preferably you want to be whipping them away from the keeper, so he's tempted to come for them, and he's in two minds. Kadir Yahya is beginning to overlap now, which I think we need to see a lot more of, and hopefully he can work something down this flank with Syndrome.
Alistair couldn't control it. Cheong Kim Chris, and elegantly too. So Malik, he's got options. Oh, that was a complete... Swap who loses it. Tries to do a little bit too much individually then. Songhai versus Nakatin. Songhai wins with the sliding tackle.
It's another good challenge here from Kadir, and his pace has actually been very important for Singapore this evening because he's the only one who can match their two flyers up front.
Does well to keep the ball in play, the Kedah player. That was Faridwan. Nitam Atla tried to match Abdul Malik. Malik doesn't even get into the third half. Kang Jung with the ball in a lot of room. You can tell that the Kedah players are moving back more and more often now to help out the defenders. Kin Hong, who's had a superb final so far, winning another duel with Alistair Edwards. Good challenge by Lim Songhai. Second one though, wasn't very good. Radhi Muddin won the ball and gives it away to a Singapore player, which is Abbasad. Offside syndrome, clear offside. Both times the Singapore players have been caught in offside positions.
none for Kedah.
Singapore have gone just a little bit off the boil again now, and they need to remind themselves they've got over 30 minutes to go. Still plenty of time to carve out the openings, but they need to have a bit more movement up front. Jang Jung, when he had the ball there, had very few options on.
Song Kim uses Nitam, who lost it, and here's Nazri. Song Kim no more picking out, Nazri not there. Finally shoots back to do so. Good work here by Singapore. Alistair does well. Oh, horrible challenge. That is stiff. Good work by Malik that time. 19 minutes of play left. Singapore 0, Kedah 2. And the first time a side was won by more than 2 goals in the Malaysia Cup final was in 1987 when KL beat Kedah by 3 goals to 0. At the moment, Kedah could match that record. Sundram. Balls play up very well, Sundramurthy. Alistair.
On target, keeps his head down. But again, the big man, Adigun's putting him off effectively there.
Fundy. Kedah have defended stoutly all evening round, especially this guy Kin Hong. And they're planning to do so now with 13 minutes of play left. Stephen Khan will chase and win it over Tian Yu. Song Hai. They shouldn't play it backwards. Nazri. Not a place to lose the ball at all. Malik. It's a good pass by Malik Awab. Kedah here with a lot of room now. Down the right flank. Malik. And this one is very untidy incident there with Faridwan Sheikh Hamid. Just a throw in out of it. Sundram again. Oh, that's surely a foul. Robert Albert's looking a little bit anxious. His team are up by 2 goals to 0. They've got 12 minutes to hang on to that lead as Singapore win another free kick from just outside Kedah's penalty box. 5 players inside the box now, lining up for a header. Sundram is good at striking these free kicks. Let's see what he can do. He takes a straight one as goalkeeper. Good vision there by Sundram. He saw the goalkeeper expecting a cross, decided to take one at goal. But Ahmad Sobri came back just in time to cover the angle.
Yeah, good idea that, because if he got a bit more swerve in it, he could well have crept in at the near post. And the keeper had 2 bites at the cherry anyway. And it's just a variation, something different, try something.
Malik. Zhang Zhong. Here's some room for Kadeyaya. Nazri. It's for Fundy, finds him, loses out to Radi Matin. You can see the frustration coming into the fore as far as the Singapore side is concerned. 10.5 minutes of play left. 2-0 down. With numerous missed chances in front of the Kedah goal, including an Alistair Edwards free kick which came off the post. The patient build-up by Singapore here, and once again using V. Sundramurthy. Zhang Zhong lines up a crack, a good shot. And Lee Kin Hong, the saviour that time for Kedah, probably justifying his Man of the Match award, which I'm sure he'll be given then. And Sundram is in trouble with the referee now. It'll be interesting. Remember, Sundram's on a yellow card as we have a look at it again. Good shot by Jang Jung. And Kim Hong and Sundram have both been sent off for an off-the-ball incident. The Kedah fans are happy because Sundram is a very important cog in Singapore's wheel. And as far as Kedah are concerned, they're not too happy as well because Kim Hong has been the best performer this evening. All the way to Stephen. What can Stephen do now from this position? Oh, he's been brought down. Surely a penalty. Horrible refereeing then. It's horrible refereeing on the part of Nazri Abdullah. Probably his only mistake of the game. Had a good game and could have spoiled it all with that decision. Fandi. Abbas. Ola Bumi Adigun is there once again. Eight and a half minutes left for Singapore to recover from a 2-goal deficit. Nazri. Well, it's probably safe to say that Nazri has been indeed Singapore's best performer this evening. Jang Jung once again going up to help his strikers. And aiding Kedah instead of Singapore. Tibor Saban. Jang Jung.
Well, the game's gone really frantic now with the two sendings off. I think Jang Jung may as well come up and join the attack. He might as well be hung for a sheep as for a lamb. And Singapore might as well go for a 1-goal, and then if they can get one within the next couple of minutes, anything could still happen. I think Kedah's rhythm has been spoiled a little bit by the sending off of what I picked as their currently best player. Singapore really could try and exploit this.
But at the moment they're just pushing the ball backward. Negative football from Singapore. Stephen will try to do something. And Kedah will slow the game down now. Rita Ismail. Jang Jung. Winning the free kick. Abbas. 7 minutes left. Fandi spots Stephen San in a good position now. Got Ola Bumi in front of him. What can Stephen do? Ola Bumi a little too wily for him. In fact, Ola Bumi has had a fantastic final this evening. Good cross by Stephen. Offside. Alistair Edwards. Really, Singapore, that's what I said, have been very unlucky throughout this half. And Adigun will be taken off now. Perhaps a relief for Singapore as they bring on S. Tanasiga.
Looks quite a nasty injury actually to Adigun. He's in a lot of trouble there. Tanasiga coming on, it obviously isn't very good news for Singapore because he's got a record of scoring in every game that he's appeared for Kedah, I think, this season. And that was a lovely ball in from Stephen Tan. Alistair Edwards had just strayed a fraction offside, but it's the kind of ball that we could have done with much earlier in the game.
So Kedah have made full use of their last 2 substitutes. And they're holding play up, gaining possession of the ball. Sensing silverware now, just under their noses. Can Singapore rob it from them? They've got 5 minutes to do so, and they've got Kader Yahya on the ball. Nazri. Good shot by Nazri and just over. Well, they can keep trying, Singapore. It certainly seems luck is not with them this evening. They played well, exceptionally well, I should say, in the second half.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Mark. It's been a very good performance second half. No question in their commitment, no question in their passion. And I think they've played reasonably intelligently as well second half. Against a very good side, let's not take it away from Kedah. They're a very business-like side. They've got some very good individuals and they're extremely well coached.
Sega trying to go through by himself, and he wins an important free kick for Kedah that will probably hold up a few seconds. There's a minute to tick away. Kedah 2, Singapore 0. And it certainly looks like the green and yellow Heaven 11, led by Radhi Martin, will go up to receive the Malaysia Cup. They have a free kick now. Trying to spoil everything and really end the game off with a bang. That would have been a coup de grace, but just went wide and Singapore gained a free kick. So they're still playing it in their own half, Singapore. Kedah trying to start some running. 3.5 minutes left. The Lions come up with a miracle and score about maybe 2 goals in the last 3 minutes now. Stephen Tan, who is a very good crosser of the dead ball, comes up to take the free kick. And Nida Azhar will waste a few more seconds standing right in front of Stephen. Good free kick though by Stephen. It goes past everybody except Kedah's Thibaut Saban. Tong Hai, good header by Lim Tong Hai. Stephen Tan. Once again, nobody there. It was 3 against 3 for Singapore, and yet they couldn't capitalize on that. And here is Faridwan Chehamid. Tanasega couldn't keep it in play.
I think you said the right thing there, Mark. In front of goal, where it's really counted, it's not quite been Singapore's evening. When the ball's broken loose, it's not dropped to a Singapore foot, it's dropped to a Kedah player who's knocked it away. And Kedah made the most of their chances in the first half. Singapore very unlucky in the second half.
They're still looking back at the moment, Singapore. Playing it in their own half. 2 minutes left. And Thibaut Saban hits it straight back to the Singapore half. And Faridwan will intelligently hold the ball up for a short while. And now there's some space for the second goal scorer, Captain Radhi Martin. Radhi takes Fandi on. Tianwei, he's had a good game, Tianwei. A minute and a half left. And it certainly looks like the Dream Team will falter in their attempt to bring the Malaysia Cup back. The best team assembled in a long while for Singapore. They couldn't clinch the second division crown. And at the moment, they look highly unlikely to win the Malaysia Cup. Tong Hai. We're down now to the last few seconds. And Kedah will forget about last year's disappointment. Fandi. Stephen. Not a good cross. Nasri with some space now. And we closes down on him very quickly. It's been a disappointing year indeed for Singapore. Knocked out in the SEA Games in the semi-finals. And now more cup disappointment. Fandi looks for Abbas, gets Abbas, who wins the free kick.
bit of frustration there from Abbas. He's tried his heart out this evening and got fouled again there and threw the ball at his opponent. I think the referee showed a lot of common sense there, not taking too severe an action on him. The crowd have counted the clock down. The officials' stadium clock has finished now, so probably after this free kick it's going to be the end of the game.
Can Singapore do a Sarawak and come back? Alistair, another save. Alistair has done his utmost best this evening. He's taken shots from almost every angle. You've seen them either saved by the goalkeeper, gone wide, and on one occasion even hit the post.
He had a very good game, Ahmad Sobri. Fine performance indeed. This looked so set up. The wall didn't seem to be terribly well organised, but he just pushes it round for a corner.
We're playing injury time in the 1993 Malaysia Cup final. Nasri loses the ball now. Jang Jung. Back to Nasri. There's no Sundramuthi up front to hold the ball up for Singapore. Fandi will have to do it. He loses it. Radimuddin is there. Oh, nice little ball poked inside for Kanasega. Jang Jung concedes a free kick. We played a minute of injury time. Nazri Abdullah had a good game. And Kedah will wish that Singapore appear in the final with them more often. The fans from Kedah in the background, as you can see, all stuffed in green and yellow. They're doing the screaming. There you have it. The die-hard fans totally silent. Tibor Shaban trying to end the final off for Kedah with a bang. And nobody there at all for Singapore. A lot of room for Tien Wei. What can he do with a cross? Decides to have a go at goal. So Faridwan Che Hamid. Easy for Kader Yahya. They've been very disciplined this evening, Kedah. Let's not take anything away from them. Give credit to the Hijau Kuning. Stephen Tan, can Singapore snatch a consolation goal? Oh, that's a foul, definitely. A penalty. It might not be a penalty. Probably a free kick just outside the box, but the referee has given a penalty to Singapore. Robert Albert was up on his feet and ready to go out and hug his players and greet them for a great final appearance. Now sees his best defender, Tibor Saban, give away a penalty in injury time against Singapore.
Well, for my money, that's obstruction there, and that should be an indirect free kick, if anything. And there was a question mark about whether it was inside or outside the penalty area. I think morally it should be a penalty because Tibor Saban, I'm a great fan of his, but he's a very cynical player and he does whatever is necessary to ensure victory for his team. And he was done for pace by Stephen Tan there, just came over and took him out. So perhaps a little bit of consolation for Alistair Edwards, who's going to take this. Let's hope he drills this one home.
He scored a consolation for Singapore in 1990 when they lost to Kedah. They're losing now by 2-0, but can he get the consolation goal? Nothing is going Singapore's way. Nice little gesture by Abbas. He went over to pull up Ahmad Sobri. And I was just talking about the icing on the cake, and probably that could be it from Ahmad.
It's not a great shot there from Alistair. He won't be very pleased with that one.
Well, while we're watching the replay, the final whistle has been blown. The Singapore players sink to their knees. They tried their utmost best. They gave a magnificent second-half performance, but they just couldn't pull the goal back. 18 shots at the Kedah goal, none of them gone in. Alistair Edwards, most frustrated of the lot. Hit the post once, had a few shots saved by Ahmad Sobri, including that last-minute penalty. And finally, Kedah will get their second taste of Malaysia Cup success. Singapore will have to wait another year. We thought that the 13-year gap would be enough and the Lions would do it this time round. But they have to wait another season and have another goal. A lot of people have dubbed them the dream team, unfairly I should say. It is the best squad assembled in a long time. But they had a few first-time finalists playing, 5 of them, and they certainly showed the jitters throughout the game, especially the defenders, Jamie.
Well, yes, I think perhaps Singapore were slightly outthought this evening. Kedah came at them early, wanted to get the early goal, which they did, and then played on the break throughout the game. And always looked dangerous. They're the Kedah supporters celebrating now. Singapore came at them in the second half, didn't really have quite enough imagination to undo the defence. And of course they did get a goal on the counter-attack. And again it was from a set piece. But the Singapore players have given their all this evening. You can see a few tears flowing now.
Kadir Yahya, inconsolable. Have little thought as well for PN Sivaji, the Singapore coach. Well, he's had dubious honours throughout his career, but he did very well to get Singapore out of the second division and into the Malaysia Cup final. Could have been a fitting reward to end his term as Singapore coach by grabbing this trophy, but it's Radhi Madin who will be the first to touch this trophy this season, the Malaysia Cup 1993. The Lions played well. Lim Tong Hai is another inconsolable soul on the field. He's down, he's crying. As we look away from the screen for a short while at the section of Kedah supporters, but looking at the Lions, oh, that's Thibaut Saban, who is very happy. His last minute conceding of the free kick didn't turn out into a goal. Lee Tian Wee, who had a great final. Peter Nakitien just couldn't get his goal, a goal disallowed. Even Fandi Ahmad is having a nice little cry down the pitch to wipe out all those bad memories. The die-hard fans were silenced throughout the second half and stunned by all of Singapore's missed opportunities, are giving a rousing reception to the Lions for their display in the final. They are happy. They've been here 6 times over the last 7 years, the Kedah supporters, and it's only the second time they've had their thumbs up after the final whistle. There's a guy, PN Sivaji. A lot of us were hoping that the Lions would end the season on a happy note, and that's the very sad look of Kadir Yahya once again, trying to pour some water over him to hide the tears. Thibaut Saban had a good final, and the Singapore bench looks a picture of distraught. The third successive team to do the double, Kedah, after Johor and Pahang in 91 and 92 respectively. Farita Ismail, who was very hard on V. Sundramoorthy throughout the whole evening. But he's got Fundy's shirt. And that's one guy who will want to forget this final very quickly. Chang Jung Abdul Malik had a fantastic final, I would have thought. He saved few certain goals, and the statistics tell all. Singapore with much more efforts at goal, 18 shots altogether, 6 of them on target. Kedah having only 2 on target, and they both turn into goals. 3 if you count that disallowed goal by Peter Nakitien. 4 yellow cards for Kedah, 3 to Singapore, 1 sending off from each side. Borhan, who didn't play at all, he played last season in the final. He's got a cup winners medal with Pahang. So the Singapore fans will go back to their hotels right here in Kuala Lumpur disappointed. Abbasad is a frustrated figure down at the Singapore bench as we look up from here. Alistair Edwards is cursing under his breath. How unlucky can one get? Malik Awab, well, he's been on this pitch time and time again. He's seen and tasted Malaysia Cup success with Kuala Lumpur, never with Singapore, and not again this time round. 3-1 in 1990 they lost to Kedah after extra time. Kedah just took 90 minutes this time round to beat Singapore by 2-0. Lee Ken Ong in the first half and Ruddy Muddin in the 69th minute of play in the second half, getting the goals for Kedah. And strangely, these two players, Ken Hong and Ruddy Muddin, are one of 3 players to feature in the Kedah side, the last Kedah side which beat Singapore in 1990. In fact, the other player which featured in the Kedah side which beat Singapore in 1990 was Ahmad Sobri, the goalkeeper, and he kept a fine performance with a penalty save as well in injury time. Well, they deserve credit for all the discipline, fitness, enthusiasm and skill they've shown throughout the whole season, Kedah. Ruddy Muddin. Farida Ismail, probably that was. Man of the match award he's been given. And a strange decision as well. Because I would have thought that Farida was totally outshone by his compatriot Lee Kin Hong.
Difficult to give man of the match to a player who's been sent off, though, Mark.
Farida was totally outshone by Sundram this evening. He had his moments, but had them dirty, so to say. Alistair will receive the award for being top goal getter in the second division. Hashim Mustafa receives it for scoring 13 goals for Kedah, for Kelantan this season. Disappointed man though in the Malaysia Cup, losing out to Kedah in the semi-final. A team which has gone all the way to claim the big prize this season. The Fair Play Award now. Selangor winning the Fair Play Award from the second division, and very shortly Sarawak will receive the award for Fair Play winners in the first division. Official from Selangor receiving the prize from the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Azlan Shah. And they've certainly shed their bad boy image, Sarawak, over the years. About a few years ago, if you were to say that Sarawak would win this Fair Play trophy, a lot of them would have just laughed it off and deemed it impossible. But these days, Sarawak, clean discipline side, a nice little shot of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Azlan Shah. Well, actually, the man of the match has been given to Kedah's goalkeeper. And that probably justifies, his penalty save probably justifies the man of the match award. He had a very good game, Ahmad Sobri. He is number 2 in Kedah. Came into the fall only after a horrible injury to their number 1, Azmi Mahmood. And he's proved a lot of critics wrong. He said that he's a little too old to play in the final, but he's proved a lot of critics wrong. And he really denied Singapore on numerous occasions. The Singapore side very reluctant to receive the runner-up medals. Chang Jung, Malik, and Fandi, who isn't very accustomed to receiving runner-up medals. Chang Jung goes up, and his first appearance in the cup final turns into defeat and tears. Alistair Edwards, very frustrated man with his free kick being saved by the goalkeeper, hitting the post. And to cap it all up, penalty saved by Ahmad Sobri. Kadir Yahya, who was inconsolable just now, he's gathered himself a little bit. Stephen Tan, who was crying after the final whistle, who earned the penalty. He couldn't do much about it. But Zali Saad was among the substitutes named this evening. Abdul Malik, who had a good final, but couldn't stop the 2 shots. Tong Hai, SEA Games brilliant turn hero in the Malaysia Cup competition. and Abbasad, who is the most reluctant of the Lions to go up and receive the runners-up medal. The second time he's received the runners-up medal with Singapore in the Malaysia Cup final. There you have it, Malaysia Cup champions 1993, ending the semi-pro league series of Kedah, and rightly so too, because they have been the most successful side over the last 7 years. They've appeared in 6 finals and have been very unlucky. Only 2 of them have turned out to be victories, and here's one of the 2. Ruddy Muddin savouring the moment now, and that's a shot he'll capture and take and tell his grandchildren about. Risa Ismail, Lim Cheong Kim, who was outshone by Nazri in midfield, Tian Wee, who had a very good final, setting up crosses. Nizam Adja, who had some good runs down the left flank for Kedah. Peter Naikachin never scored in the Malaysia Cup Series. Had a goal disallowed today. Ola Bumi, who had also a magnificent performance in defence, has come out injured. In fact, he was a candidate for the Man of the Match award as well. Faridwan Sheikh Hamid, he couldn't end his Malaysia Cup season by scoring another goal in the final. But he doesn't mind. He's got that trophy which he kisses. Sibo Saban having a look at it now. And the Kedah fans not very used to this. Ahmad Sobri, the man of the match. And the person who deserves the prize most, Robert Albert. He's guided Kedah along so very well all season round. Jamie.
Yes, I think you're right, Mark. He is the man who's done everything for them. He's put together a team that combines a lot of competent talent, but he's turned them into an extremely impressive side. Very good from set-piece positions, very good game plans, and perhaps Singapore a little bit outthought by this man. Certainly would be my choice of Coach of the Year in the Malaysian tournament.
Well, we've read about Roberts being asked to coach the Singapore side, and he's certainly done one over the Lions this evening. Certain news coming in, leaking in now I should say. There is a very high possibility that Singapore's next coach, the person who replaces PN Sivaji, would be Sarawak's very own Alan Vest. We heard the news today from our producer Ramesh Kumar. And Alan Vest could very well be the next Singapore coach. They couldn't end it all with victory for Sivaji, but Robert Albert, after a fine season with Kedah, 3 trophies already to his collection, the 2nd Division champions, the 1st Division champions, and now the Malaysia Cup champions.